share ways in order for you to meet the gap. And what do I mean by meeting the gap? Well, in order to meet the gap, we first have to look at the cost, right? What does it cost to attend that college or university? So we're going to look at things like tuition and fees, room and board, books and supplies. And you take that cost and you subtract out your financial aid, the aid that the school is offering you to attend there. Now the difference, that is the gap. And the gap is how much you are going to owe, how much you have to pay. So now that we're thinking about how much we owe, it's time to think about ways to pay. And so there are lots of different ways to pay. And I think at this point, once you start to figure out your costs, that's a great time to revisit scholarships, right? Maybe there were some opportunities that you missed and you can now go back to and apply. Maybe you've already saved funds and maybe you have them in a savings account or a 529. If you're starting early, it's not too late. Don't just give up, right? It's not too late. You can start and open an account today. But once you have those funds, maybe those are some things you pull from and you use those funds to help with the cost. Lastly, schools offer payment plans where basically they can take your balance and divide it by a certain number of months, right? Maybe through the whole school year. And you make payments every month to help cover that cost. Now, sometimes these do have fees, so you want to make sure you're aware of the fees and the cost to participate in these payment plans. But usually there's no interest charged, and so it can be a great way to be making payments and to cover that cost. Now, if that's not enough, right? Maybe you can start a payment plan for a portion of the cost, but you don't have enough to fully cover the difference, the gap, right? Well, then there's two options that you can look into. Now, I would encourage you want to make sure that you exhaust all of that financial aid before you start thinking about these options, because these are loans, right? Money has to be paid back. So these are the last things that you want to use. But when we talk about these options, the first is a Parent Plus loan. This is a loan in the parent's name. So the parent would be the one that would apply to borrow that loan. The other option are private loans. These can be in the student's name, these can be in the parent's name, and these are usually through a lender or a bank. So you really have to compare your options to see what's best for you. Which option is going to work? Parents, are you going to apply for the Parent Plus loan, or is it best for a student to apply for a private loan, knowing that the student, you're going to need a co-signer or someone to co-borrow on that loan? I do want to just remind you at FIA, we do have our own private loan option. It's called PA Forward, and it is a great option for our students to save money with low interest rates. Take a look if you want to learn more about PA Forward. Go to fia.org/PA Forward. Again, compare all of your options. Make sure you're reading through and you fully understand what are these loans? What does it look like to pay these loans back? Do I have the means to do that once I graduate and once I'm starting my career? If you have any questions, of course, reach out to us at FIA. Thank you.